Hello everybody and welcome to a Farm Simulator 17 stream slash video again, depending on what you're watching this on. If you're watching the highlight on YouTube, welcome. If you're watching live on Twitch, welcome also. Right, so as the title suggests, it may or may not be in the title on YouTube because I tend to just put stream slash episode number, but on Twitch I do actually put titles as to at least something that I'm doing. There's been a new mod released, or several mods released actually, but there's one that has been getting quite a few videos made on it, and so I thought I would install it. It looks fun. It gives us something else to do, and yeah, so we're going to go check that out. I haven't done any setup, which I would have liked to do, so maybe I'll do that in a second. I don't know. Well, no, because that means cutting it out, and I don't like actually trying to snip bits of video back together and stuff. So yeah, what we're going to be doing is buying some ponies. Then going on a bit of a pony ride around the farm, around the area, and then we'll be putting the ponies either in a field or in some of the stables that are around the map. Also, we're going to be moving on the time. We have 3 days of... we're in mid-spring. I want to move us to late spring because I've done everything. This is the same day as we ended the last stream, so I'm going to skip to the next day first of all. Then we'll go get the ponies, and then I'm going to be doing some grass cutting and baling, possibly silage, possibly just as hay. It depends. I think we still have a rear mower. It is due to rain today, however, so I don't want to be mowing in the rain, so we may have to wait for the rain to pass. It's still showing mid-spring. Oh no, we've got quite a lot more of spring to go. Okay, well, let's see if there's any contracts available. It's field 6, 21, 5 and 3, I think. Go to fertilization. We can see what we've fertilized. Field 34 is ours. Yeah, 3, 5, 6 is done. 21 needs another layer. 3 and 5 need a few more layers. We also need to get some more layers on our own fields. So 13, great demand for spelt. I don't think we have any spelt as a starting, because it's an extra crop, it's a modded crop. Yeah, we haven't got any. Okay, never mind. So let's have a look at field 13. Yeah, field 13 is ready for more fertilizer. So we'll get that done. We need to buy some fertilizer as well. I need to put this... is this seed? Yeah, this is seeds. So we need to put these seeds somewhere. And then I need to work out how we're going to do things. I think I'm just going to put these seeds in the back shed here. We're going to put the weight back onto the fence. Right, so I'm not brilliant at reversing this dolly trailer, so I'm not going to try. Take the straps off. I think these are just sat. Yeah. Chuck that over there. And that one over there. I'll go around and actually pick them up. Alright. Go back down to 1 times speed. Go. So we'll be using these pallets when we come to plant the winter crop. It's not what I wanted to happen. Now I'm going to have to throw it about and hope that it stands up properly. And there we go. There we go. That'll do. They're just going to sit there. The trailer, we're going to need to pick up some liquid fertilizer tanks because I don't want to have to be driving to and from the yard when fertilizing our fields. So we're going to take this down to the shop and get some fertilizer tanks, and then we're going to do fertilizing our field. Oh, actually, we should probably do the contract work first. So we'll see if there's any contract work available, we'll do that, and then we'll do our own fields. So field 6 is done, so I doubt there's going to be anything there. No, it's fine. Field 1. Need anything? It depends if things have moved on growth stage wise as well. These fields might not have yet. Want anything doing? No, so they don't want any work doing at the moment. Basically because they haven't changed growth stage yet. Okay. Right, I don't know if I did it in stream. I think I did it off stream doing a bit of play around. I have dealt with the tree that was at I think it's this house by field 5. Is there a house here? Or is it just down the road? Down the road here. Yeah, so I brought the Massey Ferguson up here. Hey Warwolf, no, I'm not doing armour tonight. I thought about it, but I don't know, it's just a bit of a clusterfuck yesterday, so thought I'd relax, do some farm work. There was some new mods came out as well. So yeah, anybody who saw the previous streams, there was a log here that I cut down from the garden here. There should be a stump around here somewhere. Here it is. So I cut this tree down in this person's garden and then used it to get onto that shed roof to get the gold nugget that was there. And then I left the tree laid on the driveway here. So I brought the Massey Ferguson up with the trailer, chopped up the log, loaded it on, and then drove it to the sawmill and sold it. I got a couple of £1,000 for the wood that we sold. Anyway, let's get into... let's hop into the fence and get the front weight back on that. Front weight is this way. And another thing I want to get is a pressure washer as well, as the tractors are starting to get quite dirty. The weight though, for some reason, is pretty clean. Right, so the sprayer's already full. So we'll take the sprayer with us, or in fact we could even drive the sprayer, I suppose. Actually, no. With the way the trailer is, this trailer is a bit buggy because it doesn't have any brakes or anything. So we'll drive the Massey Ferguson. We'll put the we'll make the Fent follow us, and we'll go up to the shop and get the fertilizer tanks. I don't want to. I'm going to be doing field 34, which is pretty much the other side of the map, and I don't want to be driving all the way back to here. Although we do have the other farmyard, I'm not using the other farmyard yet. There is the second farmyard on the map, I am aware of that. Because I've gone around the corner, it's not going to be able to find the tractor's path. Bring it round this way. There we go. It's following 20 meters, that should give us plenty of room. Pull the trailer through before the fence sets off. Yep. Yeah, there's the other mower. I'm thinking of selling that mower and either renting a mower setup or selling what crop we have and then buying another mower setup. What we could do is this year use that mower and buy a front mower and just have a mower on one side. So we'd have a 2-row mower. Ideally I want butterfly mowers with a front mower then attached so that we've got 3 rows. But if we can't do it, we can't do it. Trees getting very bushy now as we're coming into summer. But I've driven up here while not streaming and I get twice the FPS, so it is the fact that I'm streaming that gives the lower FPS. It's just that the CPU is doing so much. So yeah, as usual, just bear with me on things like frame rate and stuff. It's always about the gameplay rather than what quality it's at. Of course, once I get my graphics card and power supply, the quality will improve. But that isn't to say that the videos will change and the way that I do the videos. It will just mean that they'll look prettier. I should have the beacons on the road. I am aware of that for anybody. I know I say that I play realistically. It lowers the frame rate, so I'm getting 11 FPS at the moment. Turn the beacons on, it's immediately gone down to 10, 9, that's because there's some trees about. Yeah, okay, well it's not lowered it too much, but yeah. Another weird thing I have, and I think it's just because I'm running on low settings, is when I turn the indicators on. Oh, this one's doing it differently. This one is flashing at a random speed. They used to just like flick really fast. Interestingly, the indicators stop flashing if I try and steer. It's a shame it's a sty there and not a gate, because with a public footpath being there, that would be a good place to go for a little pony ride when we get the pony. Probably going to get a couple of ponies, and I'll have I'll put one on to follow me, so that we've got a couple of we'll get 2 or 3 ponies maybe, and we'll have a couple of people following us around. And I do have, see, I have the small field. Well, it looks small on the map, but it's not actually that small. I've got the small field between the pub and the shop. Small grass field, field 25. You can just see it on the map on our left side. And I might put the horses in there. Otherwise, we have the... they could go in the cow field for now, as we don't have any cows. Similarly, they could go in the sheep field. I think it would make more sense for them to go in with the sheep than in with the cows. I have seen fields have mixed animals in before, in real life. So it's not something that would be out of the ordinary. Where does that go? Right, I am. I'll find out where this path goes. This might be the access to... This might be another access to field 25. Or is this the access to... this is different grass area. Or is this part of 25? Okay, so that comes around to the pub. That's field 39, so that's just pub access then. A little bit of grassland on the back of the pub. Interesting. But as you can see, the grass is getting reasonably long. Certainly long enough for a first cut. And then obviously we'll do another cut in the summer, at the end of the summer, and then we'll do a final cut at the end of autumn before the grass shrinks back for the winter. And I've just noticed we're still on time acceleration. Still on 60 times. Bring it down to real time for now. Yeah, because it's been forecast to rain, but we've now skipped through most of the day and it has not yet rained, so it's either going to rain at the end of the day or possibly during the night. And the weather thing is now saying rain. Okay, well, let's get these picked up. I don't really want to do lots of spraying. We can spray in the rain, but I don't really want to be doing lots of spraying in the rain. What am I doing? Pallets. We want liquid fertilizer, 2,000 litres. It's a 2,500 litre tank that we've got. So one 2,000 litre tank will go into our sprayer easily. I reckon we can get 3 on the trailer. Possibly 4. Actually, they're smaller than they look. They're bigger than the normal pallets. Right, let's see. Pallets, yeah. Work position. Oh, we can get quite a few on here. Easily get 4 on there. I think 4 will be plenty. Because we do have fertilizer at the yard, it's just that I don't want to have to drive back to the yard all the time. This isn't the main source of fertilizer that we'll be using. This is the backup. So let's make it off work position, unload and fasten them on. Okay, so they're unloaded onto the trailer. And while we're here, we could have a look at how much mowers are going to cost. This is field 25 here, which I could make into the horse field. Got field 16 that I've bought in preparation as well. We could put horses in there. That's quite close to the farm, so that would work as well. Field 10 is a grass field. Or as I say, you've got the cow field, the sheep field. I think we're going to have them down at the main farm. Probably... yeah, probably in the cow or sheep field. Right. So, the spraying. What fields need spraying? So 34 definitely needs spraying. The 9 and 10, if they're sprayed, will be fully fertilised. They're not as much of a priority. It's 13 and 34 are the priorities. The big fields, basically. So we'll do 34 first, because it's furthest away from the farm. And then we'll take these tractors back to the farm. We'll come back to the shop and have a look at the pony mod. Let's see where I'm going under these trees in third person. So yeah, it looks like the rain is going to be... it says rain and then sun again, and then tomorrow is forecast as rain, so maybe it's going to rain, then dry, then rain again. I don't know. We need to get this spraying done though. Oh, and I need to put row crop tyres onto the other. I need to change the wheels on the tractor again. Which ironically is why it was parked in the workshop. That was from having the wheels changed back. What I might do is put cheap money on and get a workshop for this farm. This farm on our left, because I don't think there's a workshop here by default. It's that, or drive back to... he's going to ram into the back of him. I don't know why that guy even stopped. And now he's on the wrong side of the road, so the other car's trying to come up the inside. He's worked it out. Yeah, so I'm thinking to put a workshop on this farm. Because otherwise I've got to go all the way up to the Oakfield main farm to change the wheels to then come all the way back down. And I don't want to do that. We're also going to have an interesting thing that getting the... when we need to refill, I'm going to have to bring the sprayer to the trailer, because I can't take this trailer onto the field either, because that will destroy the crop. Right, let's turn off that. let's put on the money cheat and let's get vehicle workshop. We'll have to do. So we drop off the sprayer. And we drop off the weight. Reverse up to workshop. I didn't realise that that's the tipping point to the silos, but it's fine. Just makes it a little tricky. Right. So customise wheel setup, narrow tyres. Got the weight, reattach the sprayer, put it back onto the follow, and we'll go up to the field. We do need to collect our eggs as well, but we can do that on the way back down after we've sprayed the field. Several of these grass fields would be good for putting the ponies in, but I don't want to spend money on a grass field just to put a pony into it. What I have seen done by people who've done episodes already of this is that they've put them in they've put the horses in the grass fields up at the stables up at the end of this road. Which I suppose works. So in these stables here is where the horses have been kept by other people who have done videos on it. And it might be where I do it as well, just because they are actual stables, and then there's a grass field next door with a trough in. But either of these fields would do well. 38 I think is slightly smaller, so it'd probably be cheaper. I mean, if we have multiple fields, then if we want to mow the grass in the fields, then we can do, and we can just move the horses to another field. It's not like the cows and sheep where you're not able to move them. Actually, this field isn't ready for spraying. 13 is, but this one isn't. We could finish off the spraying there when we ran out of spray. Yeah, I'll do that. So we're not ready for more spraying yet. 13 is, but not ready for spraying up here. So I'll fill in the gap in the spraying that we have here. This is because I only put 2,000 litres in when doing the spraying myself. Again, because I didn't bring sprayer tanks up with me. So 2,000 litres was what I put in, and I ran out. So we'll just finish off this bit. The bit just up at the top there as well. Okay. Leave these parked up here actually, and then we'll just go down to the shop and we'll get the ponies. Still on cheap money as well, so we'll turn that off. Let's see how expensive these fields are. Depending on the price, we may have to roll in. Depending on the price of the field, I may house the ponies at the main farm. $8,000, it's not that bad. This one's probably slightly cheaper. 6,559. Yeah, it is cheaper. Did we have reputation with this guy though? We do, so that should be actually more. Right, so we have field 37 or field 38. Also, I want to look at the mower as well. Well, we're going to need a mower, a windrow and a baler. Probably going to rent them unless I sell, unless we do a large crop sell. Could do some crop selling. Everything's updating to the prices. So yeah, we could do... Prices are all over the place. They haven't updated for seasons yet. Okay, what do we have in storage? Pretty much a bit of everything. The only thing we've sold so far is soybeans. Yeah, see, these have dropped to 610, whereas the sunflowers haven't been updated yet, so the sunflowers are still 1300, 1400 at Willowbrook stores. Where's Willowbrook? Willowbrook's the one up the top there. Okay. So, yeah, let's do that. We'll go back to the farm, hook up the trailer, and we'll sell some crop. And we'll collect the eggs on the way down as well. I don't know if there are any other stable areas around the map, but these are definitely one place. This is also an egg sell point as well. So we would be, it would give us more reason. It actually has a banner on the fence. Uh, 6 furlong stables. Okay. You just run into the back of me. No, you didn't. Okay. Well, the horses aren't very expensive. We can afford to buy one of those fields, where we could buy both of those fields and still buy horses. The horses are like £100 or something. They're very cheap ponies. So that's not the issue. The issue is going to be whether we've got enough money left over, if we do that, to rent a front mower, so that and the windrow and the baler. And bale wrap as well, because if I don't, unless I use this trailer to get the bales straight off of the field, because if I leave them in the field and it rains, if they're grass or hay, which they will be, because they'll be grass, and we'll wrap them into silage because it's less equipment. If I'm doing silage bales, it's less equipment than if I'm doing hay bales. And we don't need hay just yet, as we don't have any animals. And the horses, I think we have to buy pony feed or specific bales for them. I don't know if we can feed them normal bales. Turn them off, collect our eggs. Eggs do we have? There's 2 in the coop, we've got 36. It's fine. There's 2 eggs around somewhere. Just found one of them. I don't know where the other one is, we'll just leave it for now. Right, so... mowers. We currently have the Novacat side mower. We can actually afford this one as well. 70 horsepower and 80 horsepower, so that's going to be 150 horsepower required, thereabouts. Massey has 300, says 240. So we'll do the, as the Fent can have the narrow tyres, which will avoid crushing the grass, we'll use the Fent. Physical Gaming, hello, welcome to the stream. Yeah, so we'll purchase that and we'll have it delivered to the yard as well, because we've got the front weight on the Fent, so I can't use the Fent to actually pick it up. Set that, that will put it at the yard. Then we need a windrow and a baler. Make sure that we don't actually have them already. No, we don't. Windrow. Smallest windrow is 9,000, work width 4.6. Which is fine if we've done tedding, but what's the combined width of these? That has a work width of 8.4. No, that's not what we're doing. 3.1 and 3 with a little bit of overlap, so you're looking at 6 meters spread there. Or we rent. And once I've sold some crop, I could afford to buy the windrow, but we also need a baler. And a bale wrap. Ooh, unless we do hay pellets. Could get a used bale wrapper, so that's not too much of an issue. Well, you could change the wrap colours on these, but it's a different baler. Pretty sure the Ursus one does them in white as well. We're not getting the default. We're not getting the Ursus because it's like 50 grand. Whereas these ones are a lot cheaper. Even the new one is cheaper. Right. I think we go back to the farm. We sell a load of the we sell the sunflowers, and then we hook the mowers up and see what's what. So the fence on follow me, it's on a worker. We do need to spray field 13, but that can wait. And if necessary, we'll only spray twice this year. In fact, that would make some sense, because if we cultivate after the harvest, when we cultivate the stubble back into the ground, that acts as a layer of fertilization, so we do actually only need to spray twice. The reason we've got extra spraying this year is that I ploughed the fields, and that got rid of the stubble. That broke the stubble up, and I mean, it will have turned it over, but basically it turned the soil over, and it will have lifted that stubble out of the soil, and birds will have carried that off to make nests and all that kind of stuff, so there's no guarantee. And it's amazing how many of these fields actually still have stubble in them. The farmers must be doing a wheat crop, a spring barley or something. Oh, swerved over there. That means the fence is going to go into the front of that guy. Possibly. Yeah. Has he recovered it though? He has. Good fence. Down to my bad driving. The follow me literally does as it says on the tin. It will follow where I drive, or at least it will try to. So if I cut across the path of an AI car, then the worker will cut across the path of an AI car. At any rate, we've got these extra fertilizer tanks now, which is something. We'll take this entrance here because I think I left the gate open. And I also think that the trailer is in the bottom half of the yard as well, so it makes sense to go that way as the lumber yard, the wood yard, sawmill, whatever you want to call it. We will be getting our own sawmill at some point, which will mean instead of taking logs to this sawmill, we'll take wooden pallets to it, or we'll take pallets of planks instead, which are worth more than the logs themselves. If we process them and then sell them, they're worth more than if we just sell the wood. It is an investment, but once you get it going, you do need to fuel the sawmill, but you can fuel the sawmill from wood shavings, and you get wood shavings from as a byproduct of making the planks. Trailer in there? Like it is? Okay, maybe it's somewhere else. There's the seeder and the rear mower. Button. It was. Get this trailer and put it around here. Actually, we need to unload these. Otherwise they're going to be an issue when we need to pick up the bales. Just put them around the back here. Fuck. Let's loaded them on. Load them off. Okay. Leave those there. And, whoa. You know what I mean about the trailer being a bit temperamental? Just drive over the tyres. Yeah, so... what we were doing, we need the fence. Get me shed. We need the front weight off of the fence, we need to put the mowers onto the fence, and then we need to go up to field 10. Put this back where it was. Oh yeah, and we were gonna sell some sunflowers as well. Let's put this weight next to the sprayer, because the sprayer will probably be the next thing that I hook up with. Go get the front mower, which is up this way at the reset position. Yeah, that's where we put the trailer. It was in a shed somewhere. A nice new mower on a very dirty tractor. Hold it up. Alright. Yeah, we'll do field 10 first because I want to see how well this goes. So we'll put this in the we'll just put this here for now because I don't want to I can't do the mowing just yet. We need the other equipment. So we need the Massey. Don't need trailer. Pop out and take the cover off. Go. I could do that from inside the tractor, normally you would, but I've got a mod that enables me to do it more realistically by getting out and doing it. I can still do it by pressing N there, but I can do it by pressing N outside the tractor as well. So let's just check that sunflowers are still a good price. Flowers 1400. Yeah. Sunflowers and canola are still pretty decent. Take the canola first because it's first in the list. Cover it over. Right, let's have a look where we need to go. Willowbrook Stores, which is all the way up there, so it's basically as if we're going to the shop and then we're across the road. So I'll go out the way that we're pointing, and we'll go to the main road and we'll just go up the road. Go out this way, take a left, down to the main road, go left, and go all the way up. We do also have loan available to us as well, so once we've sold this, what I might do is take out a loan. That will enable us to just buy the equipment rather than renting it. Because renting is okay as a one-off job, but we're going to be either repeatedly renting or renting and then renting for a long time, and that's expensive because basically you're paying rent costs each day even if you're not using it, and when you do use it you're then paying extra costs on top of that per hour that you use it. So it's just easier if we don't use, it's just easier if we own it. That way, at least if we own it, we decide that we don't want it or we want to upgrade, and we have the equipment to sell in order to get some money back to invest into the newer equipment or the bigger equipment or whatever it is we're doing. Yeah, as we get to this store, I'll buy the ponies and sort them out as well, because yeah, I'm going to take out the loan. Just been thinking about it as we drive up here. I'm going to take out some loan to get the other equipment. We'll be getting... we won't necessarily be getting the equipment that I will want in the long run, but I think that works out better as well, because then that means that we have a goal to work towards, we have an upgrade goal to work towards, instead of just having the equipment that we're going to have forever kind of thing. Also had a thought, we don't necessarily have to bale this, we could put it into silage bunker, but there's not going to be very much is the only issue, which is why I'm thinking bale. Yeah, we'll bale. They're easier to store, easier to move. Frame rate. Not actually even the frame rate, just chugging. Frame rate was pretty constant through there. Just the game started to chug a bit as stuff loaded, I suppose. This is one downside of having a small object load distance, is that I'm constantly loading stuff in. Although I suppose you're doing that on a big one. On a big load distance you're doing that, but you're loading a lot more stuff in. Right, so... Lowbrook Stores is this term. Almost missed it. I thought it was the next one, but that's the BGA. Appears we can buy fuel here as well. Oh, yep, that's fuel. Oh, we can buy seed up here as well. Interesting. And fertilizer. Right, let's get the cover off. I believe this is the sell point. Do have it on the grain spout. It's a decent amount of money. Yeah, 8,500. Lovely jubbly. Down goes the little shutter, and out we pull. I believe that is the wool sell point there as well. Yep. Don't need the covers on now, because we are pulling out. Right, leave this pulled up here. We're not going to be blocking anybody, hopefully. Pop over to the shop and we'll get some ponies. Right, now there's a couple of things the ponies need. I'm going to get a small vehicle shelter. See if it's possible to fit. That's the chicken farm, pig farm. That's field 16. Nope. Possible to get into this area. There's trees. That just a grass bit that's cut off. Ah, yeah, you can get into there, but you get into it here where there's no fence. I was thinking this would be a good little small area to put the horses in. But no. Right, so we're going to put them in with the sheep. I'm going to put a shed there. I'm going to put one next to it. Why is that one higher up? Right, we're going to do it with... Now that we've spent the money, I'm going to do it with cheap money. I don't understand why that one's higher up. Sell that one. Buy another one. So it's just because it's uphill a little bit. Yeah, that's what it is. Okay, we'll just have the one. Now the question is, can I get that's in animals. There's the pony, the cart, feed, the bale, water bucket. Placeable hay rack. Which I believe we need to fill, I'm not sure. Placeable water troughs, this is needed to increase the performance. What I want to know is, can we put the water trough under here? No, we can't. Okay. In which case, I'll just put it next to it. Can't put them very close together, so that's fine. We'll just get a rack. Put the hay rack there. I have the fences installed actually. Could do a little paddock fenced in area there. Don't think I have them installed though. No. Right. Let's get animals. So let's get a water bucket. I think that's just to have on the cart to enable you to be able to feed and water your pony on the go. Get several bales. Four should be enough, and we'll get a couple of bags of pony feed, and we'll get a cart. We'll have it as standard, which means that it has the side parts, I believe. And then we'll get the ponies. So we will have a brown pony. A black pony. And a red-brown pony. Go. And these do count as vehicles. There we are, there they are. Got brown, black, and red-brown. And as I'm sure you've worked out, they pull the cart. So we'll get one hooked up. We are. And if we hold O, a whinny as well. Right, let's bring the cruise control down. I've heard that the best way to control these is by using cruise control. So there we go. Hooked up. And it has animations while it's stationary as well. So let's get the bales on. And you've got straps on the bales also, so we can tie these things down once we've got them loaded in. And there's the flying glitch. Just trying to get this bale to sit on top of the other bales. There we go. And strap them down. And we'll put the pony feed in. I think it's colliding with the trailer somehow. It might be strapped. These straps have a very big, yep, there we go. Straps have a big capture area there. And finally, the water bucket. This does have a literage, so it's a bit buggy doing that. But yeah, the water bucket does have a literage, and apparently it doesn't spill either. Get it to stand now. It does spill. No. Come on, stand up. There you go. So let's jump in here and put all the straps on. That will hold everything down. Get turned round. Get these guys on the follow system. I want to set them up for a screenshot here as well. Make it follow. That's instantly changed it to a worker. Have them follow quite closely. In fact, if we give them an offset, okay. And then we'll get the third one. Right, and then if we get on the front one, should be able to get a good picture there. Okay. Right, let's get out of this area. Turning circle is a little bit to be desired, it would appear. And apparently you can just run straight through that hedge. We'll pull in here, not to get a burger, but to let this car come past. Ah, the other one's got stuck. Right, well, we'll leave him stuck and we'll see if we go into the pub. Probably be a good place. Oh, this will probably be a good place to set up. Should have gone this way. Just cut through the hedge. Right, so the offset I had him on. Oh, he's got a different person now. forward a little bit. That works. And we're just got to get to a place that's good enough for a screenshot. Might be this field actually. Okay. Get rid of the hood. Don't really want that van in the background. Do that. There we go. Video thumbnail sorted. Go out this track. Actually, now that we're not doing a picture, you follow at 10. You can have a slight offset because you wouldn't follow exactly. Horses are horses. They kind of go where they want to sometimes. Right, let's see where these trucks are going. Turning off. Okay, let's go. That's so cool to hear, like this horse and then the others following us. I'm gonna let this car go. I know we wouldn't normally stop on a roundabout, but actually bring them up to a 5-meter follow distance as well. Don't want them full running. 7 works. And we do want her. See, if we were just ponies, she's fine. Actually, she's a good distance. She's close to the trailer, but she is the follow distance is to me, not to. Or to the front horse, not to the trailer. So that back one could do with being in a bit though. Okay. The car there just ignoring all the other workers. I'll pull over, let this impatient truck driver come past. That is really cool though. Once we get back to the farm, if people want, what we'll do is we'll just go to... We'll drop the cart off and I'll go on a little pony ride with these other two ponies. Make sure they're fed and watered before we set off. But if this is going to be enough pony riding for you, let me know. And we'll see what we can do. See if we've actually got any active viewers at the moment. Doesn't look like. There is also first person view in this as well. But our body disappears in doing that. The car is actually giving way to the workers this time. I just had them, because I had one like on the white lines and the other one was on basically on the grass, the car just went up between them. It didn't think they were there, didn't recognise them as being there. It is recognising them now. And it will have to wait. And this is what happens in real life, you get horses like this. Eventually the horses will pull over to somewhere to let the vehicles pass. If I get such a spot, I could have pulled into that intersection there really, but if I get such a spot I'll do so and let these guys pass. There's a bus stop up ahead, a little bit up ahead. I mean, we're almost at the farm by the time we get to that bus stop, I think. Actually, no, we're not. No, it's fine. Yeah, so... And if we were just horses, then yeah, I would just pull up onto the grass bank on the side. The fact that we've got the cart as well, they'll just have to... Like, we can't pull a cart up onto a verge like this, onto a bank like this. It would just topple... Realistically, it would just topple the cart. And while it's attached to the horse as well, that would cause distress. Actually, there's a flat bit here we could pull into by this tree. I believe we have indicators. No? Okay. Let's just pull in here. I thought the farmer stuck his hand out to indicate, but actually not. It isn't as flat as it looked. That is pretty much as far as I can get off the road, mate. So you either go past... There we go. Get past now? He got past the worker, he can't get past me. Cart is sticking out. There we go. Right, so we'll let these guys past. Here we go. Just have them drop back a bit. There's another car behind us, but there's nowhere else for us to pull in now, so go up to it. It's too much like a full run, we'll keep it at a trot like this. This would be an awesome thing to do in multiplayer if we just had this mod and we're just able to ride around up and down the lanes like this. That'd be pretty cool. How close are we? Still got a fair way to go till the bus stop. We could actually go that way back to the farm as well. That would be interesting. We take the first right and we go the back way, and we come in through that little back lane instead of through the lumberyard. The lumberyard's pretty noisy. I imagine that would be pretty scary for a horse to walk past. I love how that hedge is overgrowing the road sign. It's so realistic to our road signs in the UK, where they are literally they plant the hedges or whatever, or the signs put in the winter, or when the hedge is cut back, especially for the sign to be put in and all that kind of stuff, and then the hedge is just sort of cut maybe once a year. So in spring, summertime, like a lot of signs do kind of disappear into hedgerows, and then when the leaves fall off the bushes, they get the cutters out. They'll go around and they'll trim all the branches back, and get a lot more road signs appear then. And speed cameras. A few speed cameras that I know are hidden by low-hanging branches from trees in the summer. You can see them in the winter because there's just a branch in front of them, but in the summer when they're in full leaf, it's a lot harder. Once we get back to the yard, I will turn the cheap money off again as well. I'm just using it at the minute for this pony ride. We'll pull into the bus stop, we'll let the cars pass, and then we'll go up that way. Got quite a few cars behind us now. Come on, come past. Do we have any extra controls? Oh, we haven't got the horse selected. Start. Now we can eat and drink automatically because we've got the trailer attached to us. Off we go again. And again, I'm just going to tell the horse behind us to back off a bit because it's got its head in the trailer. Yeah. Oh, that was really good as well, the way it followed because of the offset there, and it came round right on the edge. In full run mode for some reason. Maybe not. Now we need a wizard mod, so that when I'm on this pony, I look like a wizard, and then it'd be like Gandalf when he arrives at the Shire. So he has a cart like this. Admittedly, it doesn't have hay and pony feed and stuff in the back, but it has fireworks in the back. There you go. And there was all that suspicion as to whether this would even be possible. And people were saying that, I don't know whether it's confirmed or not, but I think it is, that horses were going to be in FS17. And so then we had all that debate in people's streams and chats and things as to whether how the horses were going to be, what you're going to be able to do with the horses and all that kind of stuff. And then this mod gets released. So there you go, Giants. It is possible to have horses in FS, we know that. We know that they're coming in 19. If they're not rideable in 19, I think we know what mod people are going to want to be porting over into 19. Because they always do add an animal. FS17 was the pigs. So you had cows originally, then they added sheep, then they added the chickens. Now they've kind of taken the chickens away. They're kind of still there, kind of not. FS15 you could actually feed and water your chickens. FS17 you can't. But the chickens are there still. You just don't have to feed them. So FS19 horses seems to be the animal that they're bringing in. But yeah, what they're going to do for them, they must be bringing them in as work animals or something. Possibly as a vehicle to get around. I'd be surprised if they weren't brought in as a work animal. They're not going to be brought in as food. That much I'm pretty sure of. I'd be very surprised if they were. Look at this sign tucked away in the hedge. Reduce speed now. Windy road ahead. Well, I don't think we need to. We're only doing 6 miles an hour. Oh, this is a big grass field next to us. Where's this? That's the wrong button. Field 17. Yeah, 17 and 18 are good grass fields. They're not too bad on food and stuff. We've got, oh yeah, the shelter that I put in. That can be where we park this little trailer. The cart. It's a good little lane actually. killing the speed instead of doing the steering. Right, farm entrance coming up soon. This is an awesome mod though. Let's get you to back off a bit. And catch up a bit. Let's turn here. Oh. I believe the back gate is closed on the track, so I'll have to dismount and open that gate. I got that offset or pretty much perfect for the horses to be in each lane there. Well, this gate is open. Okay. Loads of good screenshots along here. It's be interesting making this turn and up into the yard. There we go. we go, just cut across the grass. Have them wait there. Go, drop the trailer off. Give them some food and water. That's good as well, the legs on the trough there have auto-leveled the trough for the hill. So it's not just floating at one end. Didn't need much height. Not gonna need much water either. Okay. Right, off you get, Missy. Wait there. Right, off you get, ride over. There we go. We go. Let's take another screenshot. Right, let's see about getting this mowing done. Actually, you know what I haven't done? Shut the field. The only thing with these guys is that they are Engine current. We can turn engine off on them. No, we can't. No. They're engine on all the time. Right, let's go mow field 10. We'll cut up through the cow field because I'm feeling lazy today. And it's not actually a route that we've taken to the field yet. It's a possible route, but it's not one that we've used. Or have I? Because oh, this is open from getting rid of the baler, I think, which was in this shed. Of course, we could mow the cow field. See how things go. Don't need to shut the gates, there's no animals in the field. And we just go up to this corner here. Got one more gate to open. Turn Jeep money off as well. So you can tell which bit is actually in the field boundary and which bit is the border bit, partly by the way the swath comes down. Because of course the bit that's in the field, the fertilisation has counted, so there's a higher yield of grass there, so we're getting a bigger, straighter swath. This setup's doing okay, for this size field anyway. We'll probably do okay for field 16 as well. It does give the advantage of being able to use the tractor to get in close to the boundary rather than having to try and judge it with the mower. What we'll do is 2 laps round and then I'll try and sort GPS out and go up and down. In fact, we could do GPS from here. think it's worked it out. 5.6 will be fine because there is some overlap between the two mowers there. One advantage of having the butterfly mower on the back is you just set the working width to the width of the butterfly, because you've got that middle mower on the front anyway, so your full working width is the width of the rear mower, the bigger mower. Whereas with having only one side here, it is offset. It's worked it out nicely though. Actually, if we just get this mown, wondering whether to just get it done as grass and get it in a shed, and then we can worry about getting a bale wrapper later on in the year, because it takes a third of a season to ferment grass into silage, so there's no reason we couldn't just make a load of grass bales and then at the end of the final cut wrap all of them. This setup is actually doing a lot better than I thought it would do. I might get this same setup but in the Lely. My main thing is I don't like the red and yellow. Yeah, we could do the same with the Coon rear mower and the Lely front mower. That might work, that might look good. Also got this disc bind thing as well. That little windrow might be alright for this actually. I'll just gather the windrows together. I don't really want to get a big windrow for little fields like this. We definitely need to have some smaller grass equipment. That bit of grass there that I missed in the turn. That's why you need windrows, because when you miss bits like that and you go back over it, it's then not in line with the rest of what you've done. Get a windrow and it puts it back into line. So I missed a chunk up there. So we've got probably 3 more passes up and down this field to do, and then we'll get a windrow and baler delivered. The alternative is we get a forage wagon. And we put it into the silage pit. I don't really want to do it that way. I'd much rather make bales. Then we know exactly how much we'd know how much we got if we did it either way, but if we have a certain number of bales, we can roughly work out how much money that is. As if we have X amount of litres in a silage bunker, and we're adding and taking away from that as and when. Bales are easier to transport as well. If I was to do the BGA system, I would, if I was to do the silo system, that would then be sold at the BGA, and I'd have to probably get conveyor belts down at the BGA to load the silage into the BGA sell point. Well, that's field 10 cut. Yeah, so if we get the small windrow, we'll see what the next windrow size up is. We get a small windrow and a round baler, possibly a bale wrapper as well, but we'll have to do the wrapping. I don't want to do the baling myself. That's going to be on a follow me, on a worker, just because I don't like the stop-starting of round baling. The alternative is that we get the pellet maker, but that requires turning this grass into hay, I believe, first. Which I don't want to spend time doing, because we're due rain. That would take more time, and it's time we don't have. So we'll put these in this shed. I have to... the rear mower I have to unfold, I believe, to lower it. Yeah. Put that there. May as well unfold this one so it looks the same. That there. Right, so baling tech. A square bale, yes. Right, we may as well get the add-on straw harvest one. How much horsepower does that require? 80, so that's fine. Oh, no issue with going crone bale tech either. So we got that. That's 81, basically 82,000. Then we're going to need the bale trailer we've already got. We're going to need a pro. Isn't in bale in tech, it's in. Could go crone with that as well. 9.3. Yeah, let's do it. Okay, so that's pretty much if we take out 150. That leaves us with a buffer zone as well. Go to the shop. We'll go to the shop. We'll take out 150,000 if we can. That gives us 175. We will then get the crone thing. We will get it without a beacon. Get the modified wheels from there as well. And we will get the crone baler from the straw add-on pack as well. Might as well get the bale wrap as well, if we can afford it. Let's add on straw. Refill bale nets. Yeah, we'll refill the bale nets manually. I'd forgotten about that. So does this come with bale nets or not? Don't know until we get the tractor hooked up to it. Okay. Yeah, they look good. Alright, let's send them to the farm. Set. To reset. We've got the Massey Ferguson is still up that way. I might just reset the Massey in that trailer as well. Save time driving them down. Let's see if this has nets already on it. No, it doesn't. Okay. Right. They'll be in misc or pallets. These canisters you can fill the molasses tank on the Crone Primos 5000. It's not what we have attached though, is it? Don't think. No, we've got the compromise. Okay, so we don't need those. Bale net, Crone comprimer, bale twine on the Crone big pack, so we need these. Get 2 pallets of that. So the Massey reset and trailer reset. I don't think we can reset pallets. They just have to be transported, I believe, which is annoying. Okay, so we can't do any bale wrapping until this has been filled. Can't fill it until we get the pallets down here, which means going to the shop with a tractor and trailer. Yeah, if I'd have thought about it, we could have bought, could have filled it there. Oh well. So we'll go back up to the shop, get the pallets for the netting, bring them down, fill up the baler, and then I'll probably have the Fent on the windrow and the Massey Ferguson doing the baling. The windrow and the baler require pretty much the same horsepower. I think the baler's 80 horsepower, the windrow's 75 or something, just because it's a larger windrow. So it's doesn't make too much difference. The Fent's 240 horsepower anyway. This is 300 horsepower. So it doesn't matter which way round we do it. They've both got plenty of power. The only reason I'm doing it the way I'm doing it is that the Fent still has the narrow tyres attached, so it will do less damage to the swaths of grass as it drives over. It will then row up the grass into a centre line, and the Massey Ferguson will then have its tyres either side of that swath, and the baler will pick up the swath. So it will mean minimal tyres pressing down on the grass. Realistically, I'm pretty sure it doesn't matter. Also, the only reason it matters in FS17 is because I've got crop destruction turned on. Real life, you wouldn't have narrow tyres on a tractor doing the mowing. It just doesn't matter. You would, I mean, you wouldn't have a big tractor, a really big tractor doing it, unless it was a massive field and stuff, and you could make up your losses. Or if it was a very flat field and you weren't going to be getting a load of wheel slip. Because if you're getting loads of wheel slip, then you'd be digging the grass out of the ground, basically. But we've got them attached at the moment, and we do have crop destruction. The crop destruction does affect the grass in FS17, so that's why we're doing it the way we're doing it. I don't think it affects it once it's cut, but it does affect it while it's being cut. If I'd have driven into that field with the mowers raised and normal or wide tyres or twin tyres or whatever on that tractor with the mowers raised and not turned on, I would have reduced the grass that I drove over. I would have reduced that to growth stage 2. So yeah, that's just because of the way FS17 works. In a way, it'd be good if you could have no crop destruction for grass, which I think there is a mod for, I'm not sure. But if you could have no crop destruction for grass, and then crop destruction for the crop. But it's to do with the whole way they've changed the way grass fields work. In previous farm sims, if you wanted a grass field, or if you planted grass to make a grass field, then that got rid of that field boundary, and in order to get a field back, you had to plough. You had to plough the grass out again. In Farm Sim 17, every field, including pre-existing grass fields, have field boundaries already. So it doesn't make a difference. Actually, we should probably get quite a lot of these because they're going to be needed. I know we can get quite a lot of bales out of a pallet, but 5, 6, 7, 8. That should be plenty. It's always better to have too much than too little. Hopefully these pallets work with this trailer. Yep, they do. Well, they're not square pallets, that's why there's the gap being left, but it works. Unload onto the trailer. Unfasten. Unload. Belts. There we go. Right, so we've got our netting. Take this back to the yard. Fill up the baler. For an extra 10,000 I could have had it that it was automatic bale wrap filling, and that basically then that means that you don't have to pay for bale wrapping, I assume. But if it's got the function of having to refill the netting, then I'll happily do that and use it. Caught in a tree. Still caught in the tree. Do that. Go sideways. Well, there we go. Right, on the main road back to the farm. And we're back at the farm. See the Fent up there with the baler on the back. We'll swap that over in a second. Move the Fent because I want the trailer along this wall here. Get the Fent hooked up to the windrow ready as well. Yep. Right, open the net door. And fill the baler. Now I believe it is 0.3 meter bale, so we need to change the size of the bales. Which is 1.3. Believe is the bale size that we're doing. Close up the baler. We'll make 141 bales from I think one roll of netting that we've done there. Right. Maybe 2 rolls we put in, actually, looking at 3 rolls. Yeah. Well, let's get the windrow up front. I need to unload those bales as well because on the bales I'm going to need to unload the net wrap because we're going to need to get the bales off of the field, and I'm going to do that just by using that auto stack trailer. There is a piece of equipment that I will be getting to do moving bales off later on, but for now I'm just going to use the auto stack trailer to do it. Right, we'll turn the baler on once it gets into the field. go. I'm not expecting many bales off of this field, but it's a start. Field 16 should give us quite a few. But we'll be doing that next time. I'm probably going to end it once I've done this field. First bale out. So these are grass bales, and then eventually we'll wrap these and they will ferment and become silage bales. And as I said, with Seasons mod installs, it takes a third of a season to ferment silage in bales. So for us, that's 3 days. From the day that they're wrapped. So if you wrap them at the end of a day, then basically you've got to wait exactly 3 days if you wrap them. I think it's 3 days from the day that you wrap them, so 4 in total, I think. Just going to double over that bit there so it gets picked up. See, this bale didn't roll, but the other bale did. They've got that shiny texture to them as well. I think that's the netting trying to be rendered, I think. They're nice looking bales though. Fortunately, we've got this wall at the bottom here, and that will catch any bales that do roll, so won't be an issue. We've got 3 bales at the moment, a 4th just been made, and quite a few off of here actually, more than I expected. Yeah, so glad I went for the bigger windrow though and not the small one. The small one would have just about put the 2 rows together, I think. The small one's okay if you cut the grass and then you ted it, because tedding it spreads it out. So then if you have a small windrow, that's fine, because the tedding spreads it all out across the field anyway, so you don't have rows of grass like this to follow when you're trying to bale it or when you're trying to windrow rows together. Just don't get that. So I think that is possibly the only time that I would use the small windrow, really. Unless I had a very, very small or awkward field, and or I was doing small equipment. Although this windrow only takes 80 horsepower, so and pretty much I think every tractor in the game would be able to power this windrow. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at the wall, 6th just been dropped out. Possibly going to get a 7th. I'll just go over to this corner again to get these bits that were missed on the turning. That is the windrowing done. Yeah, so we've got what? Go to the stats, it'll tell us how many bales we've got this session. Somewhere. Oh, I did some more gold nugget hunting as well. We've now got 60 of them. Created bales. Yeah, we've got 7 bales. Brilliant. And 10% of another bale. So we'll go back down to the yard. Actually, we'll turn the baler off. I would tab to it straight away. Okay. And then we'll get into the fent. Oh, I know why the order's changed, because we reset it. Right, so I'm not going to worry about putting the windrow away, because we're going to be using it on field 16 next time. So we'll just leave it here. The baler I will put away in case it rains. Between now and then. Not going to be able to get it into there though. The angle that I'm at, because I've left the fent where I've left it. So, maybe. There we go. That's the first part of the straw, the add-on straw mod used as well. We've now used one of the balers from it. Works very well. It's very nice. Produces some very nice bales. And I do like the manual refill and the ability to change the size of the bale you're making as well. So we'll get these unloaded. Just unload them up here. They're foil and plastic wrapped, so it's not going to hurt them. Load them onto the trailer. Work position off. Plop them down there, and then we'll go get the bales. So if we change this to... There we go, round bales 1.3, I thought it was. Oh, we could have done 1.4 or 1.5. Interesting to note. Test it again. Square bales, 1.3 round bales, there we go. So we'll go up, we'll get the bales, we'll bring them down, and we'll have to get them into a shed somehow. I hate trying to reverse this thing. Yeah, we need to get these back, and possibly I'll just drive into the cow shed there. It's a place that it's a place that we'll be able to keep. I'll be able to keep the bales dry in at least. There's the horses over in the field. That looks really nice over there. But it's struggling pulling this trailer up here though, and I think that's the reason when you slow down suddenly with this, the trailer just smacks you in the back and stuff. It's got a weird weight thing. I don't know if it's the... I would imagine it's the trailer, not the dolly, because the dolly is a normal in-game Fleagle dolly. So I'd imagine it's the trailer itself. Ah, I didn't know there was a gate connecting the cow and sheep fields. Interesting. There we go, field 10 is cut and baled. And yeah, we got field 16 we can do as well. We've got field 25 to do as well, if we choose. Turn on the work mode. There we go, yeah, it's picking them up, good. Yeah, it's definitely the trailer pushing the dolly out there, and not the dolly. They look kind of glittery with the netting there. It's probably due to my graphic settings that they're glistening quite as much as they are. There we go, our 7 bales. Put these, I'll just pull into here for now. Good as any place, and we'll turn off work position. Unload onto the trailer and lock them on the straps. Lovely. Right, well, thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you've enjoyed this. A little bit different. Love the pony mod. Props to the guys that made that. I think it actually says in the shop, actually, under the... you go to brands. That's it. Gone past it. I don't know that there's. I know that there is a specific brand for it. But the Farm Life Outfitter guys, yeah, brilliant mod. There's a few issues with it, obviously. This config thing, I know other people have pointed this out, but this config thing, this should say colour or whatever, fur colour. Like that should be a text area, not a XML thing. There's also the issue with the area around the trailer. I hadn't loaded the feed bag onto the cart yet when I tied the straps at the back of the cart to tie the hay bales down. That also attached the bag of pony feed that wasn't even on the trailer, it was just next to it. So there's a bit of an issue there as well. But I'm sure that will get sorted, hopefully. And it works for what it is. It works. It's a wonderful mod, and those 3 ponies will live happily ever after in our sheep field, hopefully. Be interesting to see what happens when if I let them run out of water and hay. That might be the experiment, because I think that counts as fuel. That's not food. Although it is food, but game-wise it counts as fuel. So I wonder if they just don't move if they run out, and if you have to then manually carry them, like whether that's why there's the water bucket, so you can manually carry them water if they run out of water. So yeah, we'll see what happens. Thanks for watching. Thanks to the followers. If you're watching this back on YouTube when it gets highlighted and uploaded as an entire stream, do consider subscribing. I know Google is screwing me over with the fact that I now have to. I did have AdSense running with my Google account, and I could have adverts on my videos and monetize stuff even with my small number of subscribers. YouTube's got rid of that. They're claiming that it is to help small channels get recognized, in that once they have over 1,000 subscribers, then they can monetize. I have to have 1,000 subscribers and 300 something hours watched of my videos, or minutes watched. I need certain number of minutes watched per month or whatever, and 1,000 subscribers. So YouTube is going to slow down, but in the ad revenue sense, but it's going to pick up in the sense of me publishing videos to it in order to get those subscribers and minutes viewed. So do consider, if you're watching this on Twitch, do consider going over to my YouTube. Same name as my Twitch. I changed all my Google details so that it all matches with my Twitch details. The name of the channels and things. Because it was confusing having my community name, which is Kingfisher, as my YouTube name, and then I started streaming on Twitch, and I did my gaming name of Sathrus on there. So yeah, so they're both Sathrus now, because Twitch is the one that has the more followers and is more popular. So yeah, help me out, guys. Follow on Twitch and watch on Twitch, because that will help me to get affiliated. And if you feel like doing the same on YouTube, then do so. But as I say, YouTube isn't as big a concern anymore as it was, because I'm not getting any money from it anymore. But thanks, and I'll catch you in whatever I'm doing next. Hope you've enjoyed.